Hello and welcome to Knittin from the Mitten. My name is Tiffany and I am coming to you from Midland, Michigan, which is also known as the Mitten State. You can find me on Ravelry and Periscope as Tiff Grooms Dogs, on Instagram as Knittin from the Mitten, and we have a podcast group on Ravelry called Knittin from the Mitten Podcast. So welcome to anyone who is new, and thank you to any returning subscribers. It is so good to see you guys again and to be chatting with you. It is Tuesday, November 15th, and so it's really earlier than I usually podcast. Usually I podcast around like 10 a.m. or so. I think it's about 7:41 is what time it is right now. So for those of you who have families that are hunters or who are hunters, my husband was up at 4:30 this morning, so I got up with him before he went out to go hunting. So today I am drinking, I got my coffee this morning instead of tea, and I've got some new coffee creamer I just got called Frosted Sugar Cookie from International Delights. It is so yummy, so yummy. So that's what I've got going this morning. And let's see. Oops, this is wanting to topple over. There. So, if you haven't noticed, I finished my On the Spice Market shawl, which I am so excited to have this done. This is pretty much what I worked on the last 2 weeks entirely. I think I finished it on Wednesday last week. Yeah, I think it was Wednesday. And I'm just so happy. So well, I'll show you guys. I'll show you how big it is. It's huge. Huge. Once it blacked out. Before it blacked out, it was not nearly as big, and I was like, oh, this is not this is not gonna stretch. And of course it did. But I think for the blocking instructions, I can't think of what it's called, where it tells you like how much to block it out to, like end to end is 98.5 inches, and I was just under that a little bit. I just didn't want to, you know, really stretch it out too far. But that's where it wanted to like comfortably stretch out. So that was crazy, but I really love, this is the first big shawl that I've had. My Pure Joy is long, but it's not very deep, and this is, I think, 28.5 inches deep. So I'm really liking that. It's just so cozy and snuggly. The yarn is Miss Babs, the blues is a gradient set from Miss Babs called Perseus, and then the gray is just a Cascade Heritage Solids in just a gray color. It has a number. I don't remember what the number is, but so yeah, that was patterned by Melanie Berg, and I used the needle it called for, which was a 2.5 US, just 3mm size needles. So, and I also do recommend, if you are thinking of doing this shawl, to either get Gu, which is what I ended up getting for your needles, or like the lace ones, or Hiya Sharps, because there is a section in this shawl that it was very useful to have the pointed tips. It's a lot easier to do, and a little bit easier on your wrists that way. So that's my suggestion. So very happy to have that done. I mentioned last time that this would be an entry in the Big Bad Burgalong, which is a knit along put out by about 5 or 6 different podcasts. They're mostly audio, and so I entered it in on all of the ones that I could enter it in. So, and I think actually today was the last day, so I made it in just in time, no problems. So I was very happy, because I usually never get stuff done for knit-alongs, so that was exciting. The second thing I got done this week is my Podcaster Festive Sock Swap, and I didn't get them both done, but I got one sock done. So this is the sock that I knit. Oh, I have blockers. Let's get this on a blocker. Much better. So this is the sock that I knit for my partner, which they don't know who they are. And this was a swap that was put out by Eva Christie of Eva Christie Hand Knitting. And so yeah, you don't swap you know, with the same person, somebody is sending to you and you're knitting for somebody else. So very excited, knitting a pair of socks for my recipient. And I love how this turned out. This is my 1989 colorway, and I just can't get over it. I love it. It's just so much fun. I love all the speckles. This is a good color right here. I just think it's so much fun. And I did a 2x2 rib, fish lips, kiss heel, and then the toe I did the toe out of Hermione's Everyday Socks. That's kind of my go-to one. I tried doing one out of the sock architecture, and I just had a difficult time plugging in the numbers. I was getting like decimals, and it was just kind of confusing, so I just said, you know, I'm just going to go with my usual heel that I do, and I'll figure that out later, and I'll try that again. But, so yeah, I have to figure that out, what was going on with that. It was like, how do I do 38.4 stitches, you know, so, yeah, so I have to figure that out. So yes, very, 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 very happy with this, and, I will show you what I got done on the, oop, where did I put my bag? There it is. I'll show you what I got done on the rest of it. So I cast on immediately, because I can't get second sock syndrome with this. This is for somebody else, so I have to get this done. So this is the next little bit. And yeah, I'm just really, really excited. Just cast this on the other morning. And I love using these these are my little ChiaoGoo 9-inch circulars. Love them to death. They are perfect for stockinette. I don't really care for them with patterned ones. It's not hard, but it's so much easier doing them with stockinette. It's just, they're a little more cumbersome with patterned ones. Like I did the blueberry waffle socks, and I used those, and like I said, it wasn't bad, but just a little bit. So yeah, that's my half finished object. I don't have any more of that colorway in the shop currently, but I don't know when I'm going to be dyeing again. That's kind of up in the air as of right now. I just have a lot going on right now, but I do want to get more of that because I really like that colorway. I think it's really fun. So so just pay attention, you know, keep watching the podcast, see, and I'll let you know when it'll be there, if that's a colorway that you like. Also, if that is one that you are wanting to get, feel free to request a custom order, and I can do that for you too. Let's see, my works in progress. So that was pretty much what I've been working on all week. The last 2 weeks were those two projects. I did work a touch on my Cozy Memories. I got it squared off, which I love when it gets squared off. But I did already add on another square since I did, but you can still see. So yes, there it is. Love it. I just love that design. I think that is so neat. When I was watching the Little Bobbins podcast, when I first watched her episodes, that was how she did her blanket, and I remember thinking, like, it was when I was first watching podcasts, I was like, if I ever do one of those blankets, that's the way I want to do it. I just think it's such a cool design, how it makes like an X in the middle. I just love that. So I can't remember. I meant to go look back and see which squares I showed you last, but I cannot remember. I think this is a new one, this blue one. And then I think the yellow one is new, but I honestly don't remember what I showed you guys. And then this gray one is obviously new. This is the Cascade Heritage Solids from my shawl. So yeah, and then I have all those leftover blues from this shawl. So that's like 6 little minis for the gradient. So I have that to put in my blanket too, which would be kind of cool. I don't think I'm going to put them together. I think I'm going to put them sporadically throughout it. But yeah, so really happy with that. Oh, and okay, so this is my it's not a whip yet, but it will be today. Today is actually my 1-year sockiversary, because, which I got the name from Sarah of Dabbling Shepherdess. She commented on my picture last night saying happy 1-year sockiversary, so thank you, Sarah. And basically last year on opening day when my husband was out hunting, I can't remember if it was actually on opening day or if it was the day or two before, but I thought it was on the day of. My mom and I went out to a yarn shop in Bay City, which is like half-hour away from here, and we knew we wanted to knit socks, and we knew we wanted to kind of knit them together, and she really, really wanted to try 2 at a time. That was like, she really wanted to give it a try. And so I can't remember, I don't think I was like sold on the idea yet of 2 at a time. I think I was just, but I knew I wanted to do socks. And then we went and we were looking, and they had 2 skeins left of opal. They had no other opals left, and the one that I picked was the Little Prince line that they had. And it's like these, it's yellow and hot pink and blue, and it was just so fun. You can see them on my project page if you see them. And then my mom got, oh, you know what? I have the square for my mom. Oh, I have both squares in here, duh. Okay, so this is the one that I did right here. And the one that my mom did is right here. I don't remember which line this was, but they're just so fun. So we cast those socks on last year, 1 year ago today. So I thought it would be kind of fun to cast on a pair of socks again today. It wasn't my first pair of socks I ever knit, but it was the first that I kept for myself. I had knit 3 previous. I had knit a pair of worsted weight hunting socks for my husband, the ones that I shrank. If you've watched from earlier episodes, I shrank a pair of his socks, and those are the ones that are now mine. And I knit a pair of socks, worsted weight again. I knit them for my brother-in-law, and then I had knit 1 fingering weight for my mom. And originally those were going to be for me, and then I just decided to give them to her because I knew she'd love them, so I gave those to her. So those are the 3 that I had knit previous, and then gave away. And so I was like, I'm going to knit a pair for myself. So, and that was 1 year ago today. And since then, I think I was thinking about it earlier, I have knit 6 pairs since. Not all for myself, but I've, all fingering weight socks. So I was pretty proud of that, because I had only done 1 fingering weight pair of socks before that. So, and I remember they just took forever. I think I ended up finishing them in January of this year. But, so I thought that was funny. But I also only had 1 pair of needles at the time, and I wanted to do my Christmas Eve cast on, so I had like put them on some separate ones, and I had done my Christmas Eve cast on with those needles. So, so yeah, so I'll show you what I am casting on. Here it is. I just thought this would be a fun day. So I got my high sharps. I'm going to do 2 at a time again, because I really want to try that trick that Chelsea was talking about of Legacy Knits, that Connie of Chile Knits told her, what you take your cake and then you take 1 strand through a buttonhole and 1 strand through the other buttonhole, and you can do 2 at a time without making 2 cakes. And I really want to try that, because I hate dividing up the yarn. So this is what I'm going to do. I'm going to do Christmas socks. Oh, I'm so excited. I am one of those people that starts listening to Christmas music like the minute Halloween's over. I love Christmas. And so I try to not like outdo it too much, so that, yeah, it kind of like loses its, excitement. But I do love listening to Christmas music like right away. So this is actually a yarn that I dyed. It's one that I have in my shop currently. It's called Vintage Christmas. And yeah, this is actually a sparkly base. It is really hard to tell. I don't have any of the sparkle in the shop right now. But I do have it on just the soft sock base. But I just love how this turned out, and I cannot wait to cast these on. So I'm going to do that after I podcast today. And it is going to be living in my Stitch and You bags from Ryan. And I've got the lavender sachet in here. It smells amazing. And yeah, and also if you are a fan of Ryan's bags, I will be talking more about her bags in a different segment, so stay tuned. So yeah, I'm very, very, very excited to cast those on later. I can't wait to see how they knit up, and to kind of get in get in the Christmas spirit, because next week is Thanksgiving already, which is crazy to me. I was talking to one of my coworkers, and it was my manager, and she was saying how at work I'm a dog groomer at PetSmart, and it's going to be all hands on deck. Basically, after starting, for me, starting Thursday is when I go back to work. I have the next 2 days off. That's going to be like an 8-day stretch, I think, for me. So it's fun though. It'll be fine. This is how it is every holiday season. So, but yeah, everybody gets their dog groomed, you know, for the holidays. So, let's see. Oh, I wanted to mention that our Cozy Your Mug Along Knit Along is still going, and that is until December 5th. And so this is the mug cozy that I made, and this is the mug and French press jacket. And this is a free pattern. If you go in the FO thread, you can see a ton of different cozies that people have made, and there's a bundle section you can see, and these take no time. So if you need some more Christmas gift knitting ideas, and you want to participate, this is a great way to do it, and you can still go enter it in all of the gift knit-alongs that are going on. So total double dipping opportunities right there. So like I said, that is going on until December 5th. So, and also some prizes for the knit-along will be a little project bag from Tracy of Specialty Sewing on Etsy, and it's got the sweet little jean pocket on the back, which I just think is so cute. This is a perfect sock size bag. It's nice and thick and squishy and cozy, and I just love the interior on this. She does such a great job. So that's Specialty Sewing on Etsy, and so this will be a prize for the mug along. And then I figure I'll also throw, you know, maybe like some teas in there, like a little, you know, little kit. Maybe some mini skeins, some other goodies, things like that. So that is the prize for that, for the knit along. Get some mug cozies in, and then I'm going to pause for a minute, and then I'm going to talk about some mail that I received this week. So I'll be right back. Okay, so it was quite the mail week for me, and so exciting, and just, oh, it was fun. It was such a fun week. So first up, I want to talk about some patterns that I was gifted, and I just want to say thank you to those ladies that sent those to me. The first was, actually they're both kind of at the same time. I think it was the same exact night, actually. The first is designer Tammy Gore, and you may have heard of her if you watch Meg from Bad Wolf Girl Sits and Knits, or if you watch the Hey Sister podcast. Tabby knit the Jayla shawl, and they did it and she did it in her own yarns that her and her sister dye, and it is gorgeous, so pretty. It's a worsted weight, and it's just so scrumptious, and I love the colors that she had chosen. And then I think Meg, I don't think she has started hers. She was doing a different pattern though, I think. Oh no, I can't remember, but go watch her podcast, and then you can find out too. So I just know that I watched it the other day, and I can't remember which one she was doing. So Tammy gifted me the Sweet Birch shawl, and then I had entered her giveaway, and I ended up actually winning her giveaway for some patterns. So I also was gifted the Jayla shawl, the Inward shawl, and the Sweet Birch. So those three. So thank you so much, Tammy. It was so kind of you, and I cannot wait to cast those on. So very excited. I gotta get some more yarn. So I don't have a ton of worsted, but I think I might even try dyeing some up. I think that would be super fun. I really like the way Tabby did hers a lot. So I might copy her. But I thought that was so cool. And the other pattern that I was given was from Andrea, who watches the podcast. Hi, Andrea. And she gave me the East Coast Charm shawl by Mara LaCole. And it is another worsted weight shawl, and it is just the biggest, coziest, oh, so warm looking. And just, I was looking at some of the projects that other people had done, and they had just some really cool color combinations, and it really got me thinking. And so I want to cast on all the things. I do. I want to cast them all on. So I'm very, very, very happy to have that in my library as well. So thank you so much, Andrea. And then, oh, so those are the patterns I was given this week. And then what I received in the mail was for my October Thinking of You swap that is that has been ongoing in the Antonella Makes podcast group. Hi, Antonella. And that is something, it's one I've been participating in since August, I think is when it started. And I've talked about it before, where you don't swap with the same person. You send to the person, you know, below you on the list, and the person above you sends to you, type of a thing. So my goodies came all the way from Wales, which was really neat. And my partner was Ange, who was Rainbow Ange. And she sent me this adorable little card, which it says on the back is called Granny Chic, which I love. I love Granny Chic. It says, on the back, it says, do embrace all that is Granny Chic and give it a forever home. Love that. Love that, love that. She sent me some tea, which I can't wait to try. She sent me this Clipper tea. I've never had this one. I've only had the Snore in Peace one from Clipper. And then her mini that she sent me was all about yarn. So this is how, which I love how she wrapped this. She put it on a postcard. And then this is the tag. And oh my gosh, I've heard about All About Yarn and never tried them. I think she said that they were local to her. Let me see. Yep, she said it's actually just a few miles up the road. So how cool. How cool is that? I love that. So thank you, Ange. I don't know if you watch, but thank you so much. I love that. And then my biggie swap was with Antonella. Hi, Antonella again. And oh my goodness, no words. I am in awe of what she sent me. Like, oh my gosh, she downright spoiled me. And I had received the package on Saturday, but I worked till 9, and so I didn't get the package till way late when I got home. And so Ethan had already fallen asleep, and I was like really quietly trying to like open it and not be too loud, and I was just like trying to keep it contained, and but I didn't wake him up, so it was good. But okay, so I'll show you what she gave me. So many goodies. First of all, I will show you this. This is from Jackson, her fur baby. He sent my babies some doggy treats, which I got them out. I had kind of hidden them from them so they wouldn't get into them, because if I had left them out, they would have gotten into them. And when I got them out to podcast today, Ella was over here on the bed, and she was like trying to like get at it. I didn't even have it open, and she was like trying to get it. It was so funny. So okay, so here's one of the teas that she sent me. I have this out too because I had to clip it because I messed up the zipper on it. But it's David's tea. And it's strawberry rhubarb parfait. I got into that last night, and it was so good. So good. And then I'll just pull out what I find. Oh, and this is I have out too. She sent me the cutest tea infuser from David's Tea. It's a little fox. I love this. I did not have a tea infuser. I had lost mine, and it was just like a regular old just a gray one, you know, just a steel one. And I had lost it, and I actually was going to like ask for one for Christmas. So that's so funny. So thank you, Antonella, you knew. And she's this is what I was so excited about. Big old bag of candy. She knows I love my chocolate, and I did get into this a little bit. I wasn't too bad, but I had to get into it that night. She sent me Cream of Earl Grey, which I cannot wait to give a try. This is also David's Tea. And I can't believe that she sent these big bags of tea. Like, so sweet. I was not expecting that at all. Pumpkin chai. Oh, yum. Love pumpkin. Blueberry muffin, which I tried a sample of this that I had been given from Steph, with Starling Bird when I did a swap with her. I tried that the other night, and oh, it's so yum. So yum. She sent me a few little minis, and these are both Baronvola, which I'm very excited to put into my blanket. She sent me a big old skein of Madeline Tosh Merino Light, which I've used Madeline Tosh in my blanket, but I've never had a big skein of it before, so I was really excited. And this is the Pop Rocks colorway, and this is the singles base. I'm excited. I've already got ideas for this. I think, well, I'll talk about it later. I have an idea for it later. So she also sent me another skein of Tosh Merino Light. This is Onyx, and she sent 2 skeins of this. Okay, so these two together, I'm thinking brioche vintage prim hat, which I'll talk about brioche later, but that's what I'm thinking for that. Excited. Really excited. And then this was a total surprise, what she sent. Oh my gosh. This, I had no idea, and I was just so over the moon. She sent me 2 skeins of Quince & Co. Lark. I've only used a mini skein of theirs, but now, I mean, I can make a nice little project of this mittens hat. Thank you, Antonella. This, oh, so excited. So excited. And then she sent the cutest little card. It says, "Oh, the places you'll go," which is a quote from Dr. Seuss. And I love it. I had that book when I was little. Loved it. So thank you, Antonella. I cannot thank you enough. I was just blown away by that package. When I saw it sitting on my desk when I got home, I was like, what? This is huge. So thank you. Thank you. So, let's see. Oh, I also got some acquisitions this week. One of them I can't show you because what I did, I can tell you what it is, but I can't show you until later. It is a 24 mini skeins that are 5 grams each from Knittin hand dyes. And what I'm doing with that is I am making my very own advent calendar, because I really wanted the opal one, but I just couldn't justify spending the $80 on it this time around. I think someday I will justify it, because I almost justified it, but I couldn't do it this time. And so I decided that I would do my own do-it-yourself advent calendar. And so I bought the mini skeins, and I opened them, and I just opened the package just to because I love seeing the way people wrap stuff. And so I looked at the wrapping real quick, and I put them back in so I wouldn't see them. And they are the Rainbow of Chaos, I believe is the name of it, and it's on Knittin hand dyes on Etsy. And so if you wanted to look at them, you can see. But basically, I will show them on the podcast throughout December as I open them each day. So I thought that was kind of fun, and that'll be perfect to go into my blanket. And I just really wanted to do an advent calendar with yarn of some sort. And so I thought that would be fun, and I figured I could have maybe my mother-in-law, I can make up the bags, and she could just take out the mini skeins and put them in there, so I won't know which one's which, because I'm a nerd, but I thought that would be fun. So that's, like I said, from Knittin hand dyes. And the other thing I got this week was my first skein of Woolen Boon, and this is the Sweet Nothings colorway that she has. And this is Sonia, and if you have not seen her yarns, you should go check them out because they are stunning. She does an Etsy shop, and she also has her website, which is woolenboon.com. And I believe how it is Fridays she updates her website with yarn, and then Saturdays she updates the Etsy shop. So it's just her way, it's easier for her to do inventory, and she can transition into her own website that way. So yeah, I love this. It's just got this daintiest little blue and some purple speckles in it. And this is on her BFL base. And I've spun BFL, but I've never knit with it, I don't think. Unless it was in a mini, but I don't think I have. So I'm really excited to try it. So no projects specified for this yet, but I just kind of thought this would be a good one to have in my stash, for when when the perfect shawl comes along, I thought this would be pretty in a shawl. So that is that. And I thought, I think real quick, I will talk about, because I forgot to put it in the show notes, but I was talking about the pink and black yarn. I forgot I wanted to mention this. Sarah of the Dabbling Shepherdess and I are going to be co-hosting a brioche knit along. And it's going to be starting December 31st. And there's a really funny reason why it's starting December 31st and not January 1st. And it's because I really want to participate in the... horrible, I'm so horrible. I really want to participate in the Operation Whip Control that Antonella always hosts. And you can't cast on in January. So... and hers is starting in January, and then I think it's just for the month of January. It might go into February, but you don't cast on anything. So it's going to be starting December 31st, and basically we're going to allow whips. So anybody that's done brioche and maybe kind of given up on it and they've got a languishing whip, you can pick that back up and get back into brioche. Basically the premise of the knit along was that Sarah and I have never done brioche, and we really wanted to. So we thought this would be a fun way to give it a try. So if you are new to brioche and you want to kind of like try it out before the knit along, it's not like you can't ever try it before you start. So feel free to start and watch tutorials, give it a try, do some swatches before you start your project, because I know that learning the brioche stitch is new enough that trying to do increases and decreases on top of that would be, a lot to take on. So yeah, just keep that in the back of your mind. Start thinking of projects, and I'm sure we'll get some bundles. I know Sarah said she was getting some bundles around, and I'll probably do the same as well. And so yeah, we're going to be doing a brioche knit along. So very, very excited. Always wanted to try it. So I cannot wait. And I also wanted to mention that we are nearing 500 subscribers. This morning I looked and I was at 497. So I thought that was really funny, because I was going to announce that that we would be having a 500 subscriber giveaway once we hit it, and I didn't think we would hit it today, and so I was just going to announce it, but I thought that was so funny that I was so close. So but I will show you what we are going to be giving away. It is a bag of Wizard of Oz from Stitch New Fiber, or Stitch New Bags, Stitch New Fibers. Yeah, Legacy Fiber Arts on the braid. And so it comes with a little mini skein. Whoop, over there. It comes with a little mini skein, and I believe there's a sachet in there as well. And there's also a little like castle charm I can see for the a progress keeper. But I just think this is too darn cute. So, oh, good, it focused. Good. So, yep, Miss Ryan had donated this to the podcast, so I thought this would be a great time to give this away. It would be the 500 subscriber mark. So I'm going to open a thread, and then once we hit 500 subscribers, I will do the giveaway. So if we don't meet it by next podcast, then it'll be, whenever we hit it. So it could be up for a while. So yeah, that will be in the Ravelry group. That's how you'll enter, is through the Ravelry group. And then the last bit of news I have is shop news, which is, for those of you who don't know, I have an Etsy shop called The Woolen Homestead, and I just thought I would show you what I've got. I don't think I did much dyeing this week, but I have some from last week. This is Vintage Christmas that I showed you that I'm going to be casting on. This is not the sparkle one, this is just the soft sock based, just so squishy. So I've got 2 of those. Oh, actually, I only have 1. I just remember someone bought it last night, so I have to package that up. So 1 of those is left in the shop. Excuse me. And then I've got Blueberry Crumb Cake, which I've got 2 of those. And Baby It's Cold Outside. Now this is on a sparkle base. But I think this would be so fun in the shawl. I just love this. And like I was saying, the sparkle is very subtle. Very, very subtle in these. I've got 1 of those. I don't know if I said how many I had. And I've got 1 of these. This is Cherry Blossom. And I've got 2 skeins of baby blue jay, which I also think would be really fun in a shawl. It's got blues and grays in it. I just think this is fun. And this is not sparkly. Excuse me. So that is that's what's in the shop. And then like I said, I don't know what I'm going to be dyeing again. You know, work full time, so it just kind of depends. Excuse me, I'm gonna take a drink. It just kind of depends, you know, when I can get the free time, and I want to make sure that I'm still, you know, taking time for myself, because, you know, usually one of my days off is podcast day, and it's been working really well for me to kind of alternate weeks. That way I still kind of get, you know, some time to myself, because podcasting takes a lot. It takes a lot of time. You don't think it does, but it really does. And it always seems for me like I run into trouble when I try to edit too. But like my computer will crash, or, you know, it'll come up and it'll say there's an error, and like, I always run into trouble when I edit. That's usually actually what takes the most time. But so yeah, that is all I've got for you guys this week. And like I said, subscribe if you haven't, because then if we get up to 500, the giveaway will be sooner. So feel free to subscribe. Feel free to join the Ravelry group. Join the Cozier Mug Along. I would love to see your mug cozies. And once again, I hope you guys are all happy and healthy. I hope you're getting in the Christmas spirit. And I will see you guys next time. Bye-bye.